moment that I'm just a regular person just like you. I'm a sinner. I'm a person with fears, a person that gets angry, a person that's suffered and had a lot of pain. But most of all, I've realized that I'm Lara. I am the daughter of the King of Kings. And that is just amazing to me. I'll never forget that day. I was in a really horrible marriage. My husband was filling up on things, every earthly possible thing he could fill up on. He was doing it, from drugs to alcohol to workaholism, even other women. It was really tough, and I didn't know how I was going to make it. I was in Cedar Hospital having both of my hips replaced because I have rheumatoid arthritis that I've suffered for a little over 20 years from. And I was in the hospital alone. He wasn't there with me. I was so lonely and so afraid. I knew Christ, but I just couldn't feel his love. I believed in him. I knew he was there, but I couldn't feel it. And I thought, there's no way that this could get any worse. But as Murphy's Law would have it, it did. My mother came to visit me while I was in the hospital, and she said, hey, why don't you turn on the TV and let's watch the news? I said, sure. I clicked on the TV, and my worst nightmares were revealed. My husband was the headline news that evening. He had been arrested for the unthinkable. Wow. I really was feeling pretty alone then. I couldn't believe it at all. How could this happen to me? I mean, what have I possibly done to deserve this, I thought. There I was, all alone, divorced. My husband was in prison for molesting 2 children. I was handicapped. I lost my house. I didn't have a car. And I had about $100. I had no clue what was going to become of me and my life. But it was then, like an absolute light switch went off. God talked to me. I reached out in the midst of my crying and just basically flipping out, and he reached down and grabbed me, and he held me like a baby, so tight and with so much love. I couldn't believe how hard he was holding me, but it wasn't hurting at all. And he said to me, Lara, I've always been here, and I always will be here. Wow. I am the child of the Lord of Lords. And it was in that moment, that instant, that I realized what I've been missing. Our Father loves us so much, so very much. We all get so wrapped up in our lives, and in our jobs, and our families, and our activities, and even church. Sometimes we don't sit down and we don't listen long enough to hear his voice. And I promise you, if you listen, and you listen really well, you will hear his gentle, gentle words. And you will feel his loving but firm touch. And when you open the eyes of your heart, you will see the most infinite love ever. I did, and wow. It's changed my life. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have adversity. I don't have problems. That was 4 years ago. I'm still single, and I am still handicapped. Had a few more parts replaced, but I'm doing much better physically. And most of the days I do have my health. And I've been given some incredible rewards of the earth, from a great career to a wonderful family, to an opportunity to build a new home, and to actually take care of my 91-year-old grandmother. And I moved her home with me in December instead of putting her in a nursing home so she could spend the rest of her life with loving family.